This is another video for those who are identifying on YouTube as psychiatric survivors. The situation I'm in, which is that I watched a lot of these videos and I completely identify with everything that's being said. But there's a twist in my case, which is that the way in which my family and the psychiatrist have skirted with violating the law, let's say, has put me in a position where I'm seeking an attorney for the much more, I would say, but things that are much more going to be obvious to an attorney. An attorney has to step in. But I identify with every single thing that's being said. But I'm also in an interesting position, which is once I get an attorney on my side, I'm really in a position to, first of all, the direction my life has taken is that this is really going to be the focus of what I'm doing, and I don't know what paths I'm going to take, but first I have to get completely sure that I'm safe from this type of thing happening. But I'm now at a stage where I don't take any psychiatric medicines, I don't see a psychiatrist, I don't speak with my family, and I've obtained an income so that I can recover from traumatic stress. And I have the support of wonderful counselors at the trauma rehabs who I'm in contact with. And what I've discovered is that this issue about abuse in psychiatry and psychiatry being used to cover up abuse is sort of more extensive than I realized. So when I do get my situation established legally, this is sort of what I'm doing with my time, is researching into this and seeing what's possible. And I'd like to know, see, I've dealt with the sort of sadism of this to the point where I wouldn't try to come to an attorney with the kind of things that I do identify with in these other videos, that it simply would be not taken seriously. But I do have things that are very serious, and it's serious to an attorney. This is all very serious, but it's something that initially puts me in a position to be seeking an attorney. But I'd like as much input as possible about where this issue goes and what kind of things people can do, because, you know, this is really the direction I spent the past 6 years really extricating myself from this and learning. See, in my case, it was dealing with private psychiatric networks, which is a whole other nightmare and very frightening. And there's some people who are leaving these videos, it sounds like they're in a much dealt with a situation where they're not in a position to seek an attorney. So I'd just like to know what kind of things you have to say to add to someone who's in a zone to be doing something about one of these issues. And I really would like to find a way to, this can't just be about me and my situation. It's too degrading just to make it about me and the things I've discovered. I'd like to know what other types of things you think, you know, I don't really know, but just your insights that would be helpful to someone who's, well, first of all, I do need some support a little bit just to hear from people, but also just I'm in a good spot to be, you know, speaking about this to an attorney, and I got a lot of access to a lot of things. So I just like to know more about, you know, what you think one should pursue if they have a lot of time to pursue this as a topic in the way of, you know, anything. I don't really know, but since I'm dealing with it, I'd be interested to know what kind of things I could look into that would be helpful in the long run for everybody.